Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the PivotBoss pre-market video for Wednesday, March 2nd, 2022. I am Frank Ochoa, aka PivotBoss. Thank you for joining me yesterday afternoon for our monthly market outlook. We went 90 minutes strong and talked a ton of charts, a ton of stocks, futures, even industry groups, cryptocurrencies, and took some requests as well. So if you missed that, you can watch the recording in the description below. Let me know what you think. Additionally, for those of you in PivotBoss Masters, Day 3 is upon us today. Day 3 of our live sessions will be later on this afternoon starting at 4 p.m. Central. And for right now, let's go ahead and get started with the ES in the daily time frame here. One thing we've been following is the key range low here and the strong rejection that occurred at prices below that key range low. We've seen a tremendous rejection back up. Clearly the downtrend remains intact, but this is a zone right here that's very important right now. We could theoretically drop a bit here and still see a bit of strength off this area, but at some point here price needs to get above 4,400 to open up to 4,476 and perhaps challenge prices near 4,600. Until then, there could still be downside pressure here where we're lingering toward the lower portion of this key range, and again we're looking for definitive rejection here to work off of. That's a strong move. Now we got to see if the absorption occurs off this area to bring us a bit higher, because a failure at 4,200 could open up that 4,000 below. And again, each time we're peaking a little bit lower or dropping a little bit lower here, it's an opportunity for a rejection until proven otherwise. We may be a little bit closer to the end than we are at the beginning here, at least of this near-term pullback, but again, with geopolitical issues continuing to intensify, we could continue to see a little bit more weakness until we see that definitive rejection. So right now, at least from a short-term perspective, the way that prices closed yesterday, early strength today, likely met with weakness for late day weakness here, and we'll see if prices can continue to hold above that 42.20. If we take a look here at the NQ, similar price action here off the key range low. There's that major key range low, key range midpoint, key range high. Here's the rejection, great rejection. Here's the hold here over the last couple of days. We're still kind of sitting there. We could still come down here and test that edge, and if bulls can continue to defend that, we have a shot to rotate again back to the midpoint of the key range and perhaps back to the top of recent price action around 15.1, 15.2. But really, you got to push through that area in order to open up the upside. We could theoretically rally right to the zone and still stay in the range. Additionally, if bulls don't come in to continue to defend that 13.7, that's where we could see another round of weakness ahead. So 13.7, 13.6, a big time point here to watch today and perhaps throughout the week as support. From a short-term perspective, early strength right now being met with weakness, which could lead to new lows later today. All right, let's take a look here at crude oil. Crude oil, again, is one of those that you just don't sell right now. This is a market that is pouring gasoline on the fuel here, already the fire, and it's igniting to the upside. We mentioned yesterday that the way it appeared was that they were taking 96 bid, which is the market structure edge, which opens up the next move to 106, and it got there in one day. Additionally, we looked at the market structure, especially in the monthly market outlook, and 112, 113 here is the next key level up, and that's the major market structure edge now. From a long-term perspective, above the 113 opens up prices as high as the 147s, 150 zone. So this is right near the top of the next market structure as well. 113, it is the 200% expansion target from the key range down here. And on this day right there, December 2nd, we knew that 96 could be in play. It's now smashed through that and reached the next two major extensions. So right now we are approaching significant market structure edge at 113. Price is not traded in a tremendous amount of time, and if it starts to push through that area, it really opens up prices north of 120 and into the 140. So right now, again, not a time to sell crude oil. Any pullbacks likely an intraday buying opportunity until proven otherwise, as this market continues to shoot higher up right now. 8%, 128% of average, and already at $7.16 of range. Tremendous strength out of this one, and we could see further strength ahead. If we take a look at Bitcoin, Bitcoin right now down about a 1.5%. A great move to the upside. We knew pre-market here on Monday, if we can push through 40K, it opens up a move to 45 to 46. We got 45, not quite 46 here. Now that we are in the zone, I mentioned that perhaps a pullback could occur again. And until we can push through 46s here, we're kind of inside this 35 to 45 zone until proven otherwise. Overall, we still remain kind of in a downtrending market. We still have the lower edge of last year's range to come into, so there could be a push even as deep as this edge here, which could provide a tremendous buying opportunity to bring this thing back across the range on a longer term basis. Short term, still in the range, and if we continue to see weakness at 45 here, the potential to retest 40 is fairly high at some point down the road. So let's take a look here at ETH now. Very similar price action here for this one as well. Not quite the bounce that Bitcoin had, as it did not get nearly as high as 32 or 33. But overall, very good clear range here, 2,300 to about 3,300. We could see additional trading in here. We still have a downtrend still intact, and again, above 3,300 will start to open up the upside. But until that happens, we're still at risk here of seeing another pushback down within the range, or perhaps even seeing a move down toward the bottom edge of the market structure and profile here. So still not out of the weeds overall. A decent reaction off both of these rejection tails here, which is good. It gives you short-term directional conviction. It allows an opportunity to jump in on these rallies here. But you do want to understand we're still inside this market structure, and until we get out, we could continue to trade back and forth within this range with a shot to see new lows given the overall downtrend that remains intact. All right, that is it for now. We'll see how this plays out heading into the rest of the session. Good luck, trade well, and I'll see you in the trading room. Take care.